Okay, so I am gonna share our floatback slide that we've added to. Again, we'll post up slides at the end of the week for the
I'm gonna
various
make you host
tidbits.
just in case there's an issue with that. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so on this slide, remembering that we're using floatbacks for clients having a difficulty recalling memories or touchstone memories. So the first one being float back with a current day stressor or trigger. That's what Jamie and I are going to demonstrate today. She's going to bring up a current day activating event. And when I say current day, yeah, of the last week or two. The second option could be I'm working with a client. They have been able to recall a few memories. Possibly the earliest one in this example is age 15, bullying at school. And then we're going to float back to an earlier time a client felt that way after I've collected their image, negative cognition, emotions, and body sensations. So, because many, if not most of our clients are going to have a more difficult time just recalling memories off the top of their heads, a float back allows them to sink into the network. We're gathering some information related to that network, allowing them to find earlier times they felt that way. Right. Okay. Still recording. All right. So,
Another reminder, guys, I only do real floatbacks, so I'm thinking about a real event that's or stuff that's occurring recently. So I don't necessarily know where it's going to go, but I do think it's better. Um, I think it's better information to see it happen for realsies.
okay. Jamie, so you mentioned um, that stress or that activating event with parenting that's coming up. Okay. I want to just have you scan the last week or even in the last 48 hours, a moment that you noticed that fight, flight, freeze coming up for you.
Yeah, I think it's, yep. Yesterday evening, my son who's almost 3 and working really hard on figuring out his place and his autonomy. Bedtime's been really tricky. We'll head up. He only lets me put him down right now, which
Mhm.
is a choice. And then he does this thing where he'll get to the top of the stairs, and we need to go potty, and then get our jammies on, then read our stories, drink our milk, then we have to go back and brush our teeth, then we have to snuggle, then we have to go to bed. It's actually probably too complicated of a routine. But we get to the top of the stairs to start that whole thing, which takes a while, and he gets down basically on his hands and knees and drops his head to the floor and slowly crawls and scooches his head across the carpet. And my whole body is just like, we have so much to do.
When you, and I love how you describe that, when you freeze the video, is the image that's the worst part of it, seeing him,
Just come to the slowest pace, head on the floor, and I'm just like, this is gonna take an hour. Yeah.
and this will take forever. When you think that you see that image, you think this is going to take forever. What's that negative belief you have about yourself in that moment?
It goes straight to kind of a shameful place. It goes to more of like like if I were a better mom, I could this wouldn't bother me. Like this shouldn't bother me. Um, I'm not good enough.
What are those emotions that come up for you now?
Shame, anxiety, and then the frustration.
And where do you feel that in your body?
It's kind of weird. It's in the backs of my arms. And then it's like it kind of goes up into my neck, a little bit in my head to be like a little bit almost floaty feeling. That's kind of weird.
And as I walk you through this float back, feel free to have eyes opened or closed. But what I'd like for you to do is I want you to just continue to bring up that image of that event with your son. Those words, I'm not good enough. Noticing those feelings and where you're feeling it in your body. And let your mind float back to an earlier time you felt this way.
Relationship in college.
Okay. Roughly how old do you think you are there?
Oof, I think that was right around 20.
You're doing wonderful. Keep floating back, noticing those feelings.
Mm, remember high school AP tests? I didn't do well on those.
Those sensations, back your arms, your neck, through your head, floating it back to earlier times, noticing what comes up.
Um, Getting into a difficult situation at work when I was 16 and having to handle it alone when a grown-up really should have stepped in.
And continuing to float back, noticing what comes up with curiosity.
God, it flows to a couple different relationships in high school, so all around the same time. Relationship with, in regards to parents as well as a significant other. And then it goes into elementary school. I had to switch schools when my mom had, and I struggled making friends. Everything was harder at that school. Like a bunch of memories are coming up at that time. That's interesting.
Mhm.
And that was fourth and half of fifth grade. And then I had this best friend who I fought with all the time. So weird when you're that age and they're your best friends, but you fight all the time. Um, she's popping up in second grade. Oh, and there's the Christmas. Oh, it must be like 8 or 9 after my parents split, where I'm waiting for my mom to come. We're at my dad's, so we do it together, and she's late, but it's like not the time of cell phones, and we can't get a hold of her, and I'm just so sure she's dead. And she was not. She was just late. It's probably 9.
You're doing it wonderfully. Stretching further to see if anything else comes up.
a memory of the first day of kindergarten. There was this like turtle sandbox filled with rice, and there was a boy in there playing with it, and his name was Bryce. And I brought up how it rhymed, and I don't know if he knew what rhyming was. That doesn't feel disturbing. I don't know where that comes up. Um, and honestly, as I move back, there's kind of a general sense of internal chaos and anxiety, and a felt sense um, of maybe the adults not uh, being as in charge or as vigilant as I needed them to be.
Mhm.
But well, I don't really have a whole grasp on exactly what that was.
Mhm.
And then I think the final one is me like clinging to my mom's leg because I used to hold her leg and whisper into it. Like she could hear me, but she could. She always heard. It was actually really interesting. But I'd hold on to her leg because I was really like, yeah, I was like really anxious. I think out in social situations. And I would like cling to her like a sack race, essentially, just like hold on to her leg. And I would talk to it and she would hear what I had to say.
Mhm.
I think that's it.
Wonderful. Wonderful job. How are you feeling right now?
Um, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. A little blotchy.
Incredible.
So I think I'm a little anxious because I got little blotches.
Your body's ready. It's like, let's go. We found it. We found lots of targets.
Yeah.
Uh, Incredible. Thank you, Jamie. What's so um awesome is Jamie and I run through this like she's highlighting a real float back, and it's and she utilizes a different stressor trigger every time. And this time I'd say on average we're collecting 4 to 5, maybe 6. And Jamie, on this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think he did 9.
Wow.
Some stuff on the network.
Those ones just like
Yeah,
those are all ready to go.
rock and roll.